Good morning, viewers. Welcome. Hello. Come. Good. Coffee. Everyone, coffee. Tea. Get yourself coffee. I hope you guys are doing well. It's not cold. I'm just comfy. And take a moment to breathe in through my nose, filling my diaphragm as much as possible. And just letting it out through my mouth. So, breathe in nice, calm, collected thoughts. And breathe out chaos. Breathe in grounding. Just let go. Just discontented feeling. Now that I'm relaxed, we can get started on Sunday morning, middle of September. We're still in 2023, and upper hemisphere, we're in the fall. I'm still crocheting. I'm doing the winter colors, white and blue. Acrylic, I'm using Lions brand. Got it from Walmart. I'll be getting stuff more from more local artists and local sources when I can afford to do so. So just to get to the point where I can afford to do so. Yeah, liking the video. I didn't think I would want people to sit there and like and all that stuff that subscribe and interact and get my videos seen and get the subscribers. Until I realized, oh, I want to work from home, and being creator is one of them. Is one of the ways I can work from home and take care of my littles. They're not very little, are they? And take care of my young ones. They're only young. Uh, that's not bad. That's straightish. So, last night, powerful dreams, dream wake states. The time in between, that's the most spiritual time for an individual. It's where your subconscious is really trying to talk to you, your higher self is trying to talk to you. And great divine power is trying to talk to you. And that, the message came across pretty clear. And dreamt that somebody was in danger, needed help, my help, and the help of the other people around me, because they were trapped and they needed us to get them out before impending doom and danger. I mean, there was the perfect logical option to run and save yourself, but we had time. we had time to save this individual or a couple of individuals. And I went in to go do it, to get started and to go help these people that needed my help. And somebody's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "What are you standing there for? We gotta help." And people kind of like looked at each other like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Why would you not help? Whether or not we like them." I thought about what I could say, and empathy was the only thing I could try to pull from. And I mean, we had the available time, and if we worked together, it'd be a resource. Everything would work out. We would get them out, and then we'd have enough time to go save ourselves um, in this dream state. And so I told them, these are the people who drink the same water as you, who breathe the same air as you, just like your ancestors breathed the same air, just like the same water. Because the way the globe works, I didn't tell them this, but we understand that the way the globe works, that the air moves from one side of the planet to the other, and it's been doing that for ancient times. So the same air that Queen Sheba breathed, we breathe. The same one that, the Roman, what was he, a philosopher? Socrates breathed. We breathe the same water that, you know, President Abraham Lincoln drank. We drank. Same, you know, these people are on the same planet that we are on. And why wouldn't we help them? Just as if we were on the other side of that door, we would want to be helped. And it got everybody in there working. And then the state of me that was awake, coming out of the dream, really went on a tangent with this about how, from ancient times, same people, King Ramses, or not King Ramses, it was Pharaoh Ramses the second, had the same air, same water that we now have, because it gets recycled and reused and cycled through the planet. That's how important our water and our air is being clean, because our children and our grandchildren will be breathing this air and drinking this water. The cutest little animals will be drinking this water and breathing this air. These resources, this food, will grow, consumed, die, and sprout up again. New seeds, So we continue in this cycle over and over and over again. And we share this planet. And we're sharing the planet's precious resources with our astronauts. So, I mean, we're all one. We're all one people. We share their ancestors. Their ancestors. That was the other thing I said in my dream, is that our ancestors, those are the descendants of our ancestors. That we may not be all, brothers and sisters. But, I mean, if you go back far enough, it's definitely a relation between before the Homo sapiens broke off from like Neanderthals and who, the Homo erectus. These people all shared same ancestors long before they started to settle down. long before, we had people that walked from Alaska to Russia and back again over the Ice Age. They walked all across this planet where we shared the same water and breathed the same air. From ancient times to our great descendants. Why would we treat other people? If you think about how we didn't used to be stationary in civilizations, our ancestors didn't care if you were from China. They didn't care if you were from South Africa. They didn't care what you looked like because they walked everywhere. Everybody walked everywhere. Everybody traveled everywhere. Drank the same water, breathed the same air, ate the same food, food that traveled, food that when he came back around was growing, you know? So how can we treat each other so harshly, knowing that we share so many things in common? I mean, wouldn't that kill us if we stopped sharing and stopped treating each other like we weren't going to breathe the same air, drink the same water, eat food that came from seeds from way long ago, eaten by animals that we may or may not eat from way ago? We're on the same planet. In the same solar system. So I don't understand why we would treat each other with disdain for our differences. So from the research that I've looked at, 300,000 years we as mankind have been on this planet. And great events older than that. The Earth is way older than that. You are a blink of an eye in this planet's life. And you think that whole time, there's cave paintings, they've walked across these continents when these continents sprang up young. And this part of the plate was, exposed. So, I mean, a place with such rich history between so many people, why would we treat each other cruelly or harshly at all? I don't understand why we would treat the planet cruelly or harshly at all either. We're in this planet together. We're in this time together. It's rare and it's beautiful. And everyone want to keep that in mind when I go throughout my day doing. I think that we're all connected. We don't all have to be conformed to the same thing in order to work together. We can just strive to understand each other and strive to be together and work in a type of practice that shows respect for each other, type of method and way of helping each other out, ourselves out, sure that they're provided for and that we provide for others, and understand that it can last. So it's the other thing that I thought about yesterday throughout the day was the amount of permanence. I don't have castles anymore. Apparently castles meant a lot of caste and class systems, casting the class systems, which is not healthy. But in that, we had things that last and built, and less garbage. Way less garbage. So we didn't have a garbage man and go get garbage. I think they just put stuff behind a tapestry or in the streets. But, people walk the streets. We'll share the streets, and we need to not get sick from walking on the streets. Taking care of each other and ourselves. It's very strong ideals. And you take a moment and consider where we're from and where we're going, where we are, and reflect on that today. Where do we want to go? What do we want out of this? And what can we do in this world that we share? This whole world that we share with each other. We share with people that lived before us, and we get it ready for people who will live after us. And out of that trauma that we've had, the more segregation that we have, the more that we separate and stay in our own country and stay in our own place. The less moving we do, the more stagnant we are in our culture. The more it feels like we lose ourselves, lose each other, lose a future for our young ones, and the less that we think of longer into the future and more into short term and disposable, and the more we live short, like survival mode. It's the thing, these disposable lives and these disposable things make me think where we can't go and travel though. I'm not thinking permanent houses, but I am thinking like more clothing, ways of eating, more sustaining, self-sustaining ways of life where it works just fine if you just let it do its thing. Because it's not just you, it's got to provide for, plant-wise. Okay, I thought the alarm was going to go off. Did not. I do have to get ready for my day. But I wanted to share this spiritual message because it's very special in my heart. It really resonated. It really hit like a core in me, like this core belief that everything is connected. Everyone is connected, and time is connected with space, and people, and events, the energy, or the hormones, the smells, the scents, the feelings. They're all connected. All these things that we can sense, and beyond the things that we're able to sense that exist. And what was, what is, and what will be. We are here in that moment that is not time. That is time, space, relative to each other. A relationship that is really intertwined as a living, breathing organism. Society is a living, breathing organism where how we do and how well we fare affects the way others are faring and how well they do, just like we are affected by how well others are doing. The biggest example that is the most prominent is that if the rich are doing well, it trickles down, which is a flawed, so many flaws. The system, a lot of people believe that, the poor people get what the rich don't. That's a flaw, especially when the rich will imitate the poor people's way of doing things, or the way that people who have less income than they have expense and are having trouble reaching the regular costs of expense for just the basic necessities, and the way they get inventive are seen by the rich, absorbed into their culture, and then marked up on the price. Like, this is how, it was like, used to be everybody breastfed because there wasn't a market for baby formula. Then people have figured out how to make baby formula. The rich begin to sell it, mark up the price. And then there's a shortage. It's a very intriguing time to be alive. So yeah, but the biggest thing is that one affects you, you affect others. You are important. You do have an effect. Others do have an effect on you, even if we don't recognize it. One of the most interesting cases that I heard about, or studies that I heard about, was on Wonderum, where creative mind, creative process, be creative, the creative lecture done by the opera singer who has a PhD degree. That was her PhD degree. Well, so she has a PhD degree. And you should check out sometimes the Wonderums like on PBS and all these other, but her lecture talks about creative process and the way that brains work, the way that I just lost what I was going to talk about. Usually I bring it around and talk about what I was going to say. I feel it's such a loss. But she had an interesting point about how things work. It's a very good lecture. I enjoyed it. Creative thinking or something like that, or creative art. Yeah. I'll have to find it and come back on another day. Just in this one? Okay. That's the only one. Where's the other one? we go. I can crochet really, I can. I'm gonna get in both. I think that's, yeah, I have that work. In a little while, we'll have to decrease the amount of single stitch rows in this project, but it's pretty. I think it's just coming along. And spiritually, that's how we are. Oh, one of the ways we're all connected to each other. Seasons are connected to each other. We are connected to each other. That's what we want to learn. Oh, this is starting to get heavy. Oh. So, please strive to remember how one person is connected to another person. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, same paths that our ancestors once walked. It's all connected. I really appreciate if you've ever watched the video. I hope you have a good one. Until next we meet.